Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is me, Rima.
I'm Luke. Hi.
I'm Sushant. Hey.
And guys, we're very excited and very happy because I think we are now 700 plus with our subscribers. We are growing and it's only been less than a week, so we really appreciate your love and support and continue giving us that love and support. And guys, I'm very excited for something special. There is a reason for it that I'll reveal if things work out, but there's some things in the plan with the cast and crew. If that happens, you might see a very cool reaction, fingers crossed. But I thought I would introduce guys to one of my favorite films of all time. Sushant, have you seen this movie?
I have not. I know some of the iconic songs. I'm really excited. I'm really excited though.
God, this is a rarity, Luke. If this doesn't happen, an Indian man or woman having not seen a film that is this like old too. It's in 1990s. So
yes.
Yeah, this is a special day indeed. All right. So,
in my defense, the movie is older than I am.
Yes,
so,
it is. It is.
Well,
it
yes.
is.
Yes.
I mean, it's older than me too, but I just kind of stumbled upon and yeah. So yeah, guys, we are watching one of my favorite films. I don't want to say it is my favorite film because then I'm like beholden and something will come and I'll be, but it is probably right now at the top of my top 3 in Indian cinema. And this is Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar. And guys, I was really amused to find out, like, it's like this weird trivia. I was watching a random interview of Alu Arjun, our Southern dancing superstar actor. And apparently this is his favorite film too. And he's watched it 20, 30 times. So I'm like, I'm in good company. Alu Arjun, if you ever want to join in.
Yeah, watch a movie with us.
Well, come hang. Yeah.
I know. We can watch it again for you, new fresh perspective. So with that, let's watch this Aamir Khan classic. It was done by Mansoor Ali Khan, who is Aamir Khan's cousin, and he's since retired. What a talented maker. Unfortunate that he retired from the film industry and he's doing something else altogether. But it was Aamir Khan in his early days. So, Luke, you don't know, Aamir Khan is a superstar among the top 3 Khans, Shah Rukh, Aamir, and Salman. Kind of the holy trinity of our Indian cinema. And Aamir is known as the intellectual or thinking man's actor because he's kind of cerebral and he's done some path-breaking movies. But this is one of his early films. And it's got Aisha Julka. It's got Deepak Tijori, who is one of my favorite actors. I was just telling the guys. And a bunch of other very talented people. So let's just get into it. I'm just excited. Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3, play. Top school.
यहाँ देश के सबसे रईस खानदान अपने बच्चों को जिसमें चोटी का दर्जा दिया जाता है राजपूत स्कूल एंड कॉलेज को बच्चों के लिए एक बहुत ही मामूली स्कूल है मॉडल स्कूल एंड कॉलेज।
I love how he's judging.
यहाँ के लड़कों की खासियत हर साल की तरह इम्तिहान खत्म हो चुके हैं। इंटर कॉलेज स्पोर्ट्स
So 80s, 90s, the way they're dressed, the hair.
बस्ती में चर्चा है कि इस
साइकिल रेस में अपने रतन के जीतने का कोई
So he's from the local college, the model college.
लेकिन हमारे मॉडल कॉलेज का तो वही चैंपियन है।
It's the Rajput boys.
Let's go, boys.
Gold medal for my boy. Like coach walks in. And make it fast.
Intimidation tactics.
How many takes do you think they had to do for that?
Hey, Punchy. Let's go, boys.
Let's go, boys. Like even the coach looks villainous.
Evil. So... Ooh, are they cheating?
Yeah, check it out.
मेरा तो मिल गया पोस्ट यार सिर्फ 2 आंसर रही बदल देखा चली देखा
They're like robbing a bank.
Ski mask.
संजू
That's Aamir Khan.
हेलो रतन
Anti-hero, I like it.
वो मेरे बारे में क्या सोचता होगा मैं आज तक नहीं जान पाई।
He's so cool.
सन 65 की बात है मॉडल कॉलेज ने पहली और आखिरी बार राजपूत कॉलेज को साइकिल रेस में हराया था।
Maybe freshman.
मेरे साथी मुझे अपने कंधों पर बिठाकर इस घर तक लाए थे।
Still a little old for college.
वो बात ना मैं
A little slow on the takeoff. Yeah. Oh, gee.
You got a rock in his shoe. Yeah, nice.
Oh, there he is, winning.
He's really going.
What's 50 kilometers?
Oh, 50 kilometers is a lot. Yeah.
That's like crazy.
That's like 30 miles, a little over 30 miles.
Wow.
Oh, music.
Yeah, really puts
That's
me
what I
back.
love. I think they captured the sporting thing very well. Beautiful.
Sharma reporting from.
Oh, he's not gonna let him pass.
Dirty tactic. Ooh, take the inner lane. Yep. Oh, this music's really getting me
yeah.
on the edge of my seat.
Oh no.
एक ही बात मानता हूँ, जो जीता वही सिकंदर.
Title of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting
Start.
opening. Ooh. I have this saved on my Spotify. It's such a good
Oh, this
song.
one? Yeah.
दूसरी बात
Suit, the whole, yeah.
तुम एक नया रिकॉर्ड कायम करोगे.
I'll try my best, sir.
Like, big deal in school though, like someone winning something, it's like, whoa, you're the king, you know?
जीनी अभी नहीं आया.
रिजल्ट 15 दिन पहले आया. तुम्हारे कमरे में तुम्हारे तकिए के नीचे रखा था. झूठ तो झूठ.
I like the way the contrast they showed, like limited means, but he's still getting him a
अरे
code.
रखना मैं कहता हूँ.
Yeah.
देख आज के शुभ दिन.
Because he's like done so well.
But yeah, we don't.
वो तेरी चाहती है और तू उसका फायदा उठा रहा है. हट.
Ah.
वो मेरी अच्छी दोस्त है और उसे मेरे लिए फिक्र है.
Yeah, he doesn't realize that, but a brother sees it.
Oh
That
yeah.
she likes
It's
you.
Pretty apparent.
ये तुम्हारा आखिरी साल है रतन. इस बार तुम्हें दूसरे नंबर पर नहीं, पहले नंबर पर आना.
A lot of pressure.
Come on, we are okay, guys.
I said please leave us alone. Gosh, these
What a
guys
good
are so
sell. We are
talented.
okay, guys.
Irritating.
Right. We're okay, guys.
अब शेखर मल्होत्रा का कमाल.
Ah, there he goes.
शेखर मल्होत्रा.
Yeah.
I know.
It'll definitely
इतने सारे
work.
चैंपियन को कौन नहीं जानता? I'm Richa.
Hi, Richa.
Oh my God.
He thinks it's real.
Shit.
Start shit. Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's really wrecking the place.
He's trashing the place.
No. Tequila.
See, that's the reckless part of Sanju. Like, he's just creating trouble at his own dad's
Oh,
cafe.
they're all in trouble. They have to be.
Oh, yeah. Where were any of the adults during that? Like, anyone
I mean-
at all?
I think they just had the two guys, right?
इस कॉलेज के कप्तान
He's the one who started
इस
it.
मामूली चाय की दुकान पर दंगा फसाद करते हुए तुम्हें शर्म नहीं आई?
सर ये मेरी गलती थी. आइंदा ऐसा नहीं होगा.
दोबारा अगर ऐसा हुआ तो यू विल बी सस्पेंडेड. ऐसी लड़की जिसे देखकर संजू को नशा आ जाए, आज तक उसने धरती पर कदम भी नहीं रखा है.
Until right the second when she steps
It's her.
off the ground.
It's her.
That's Pooja Bedi. Oh, he likes her.
What a good boy.
ये भाई तो शुरू हो गए हाँ? देख.
He's just like smiling at her. I like their sweet romance.
Oh no. उनकी तरफ देखना भी मत डियर.
Don't even look at them.
एक नंबर के घटिया. हम उन्हें पैजामा छाप कहते हैं डियर.
Everybody's like,
I was like, whoa.
it's like, where? You can totally see them mouthing it. The boys.
Bad boys are in town.
Boys डियर. और वो पीले हेडबैंड में शेखर मल्होत्रा, इंटर कॉलेज चैंपियन. जेके मल्होत्रा का बेटा है वो मल्होत्रा सिग्नल्स वाले. Yes डियर.
I like they acknowledged the deer part. I was getting a little worried.
Oh.
अबे लाइन दे रही है. Get lost, you guys. अरे गया ये. शेखर मल्होत्रा.
Hi.
It's the music.
I know.
As soon as they shake hands.
But it works well. It gives you those, you know, like you get the idea.
Boys, I love this. Oh. Yeah, you show them.
किसकी ट्रेनिंग? इनकी. यही है तुम्हारे चैंपियन.
और ये देख पहलवान पजामा छाप.
So neat.
हरामजादों का मुंह काला करके जाऊंगा. हरामजादे तू तेरे सारा खानदान कमीने कुत्ते. संजू मैं तेरा मुंह तोड़ दूंगा. संजू छोड़ के खड़ा नहीं मैं. संजू मैं तेरा मुंह तोड़ दूंगा. संजू मुंह लगते हो. मैं उन सालों को छोड़ूंगा नहीं. एक एक को देख लूंगा.
देख संजू, क्यों बात को आगे बढ़ा रहा है? जो हो गया सो हो गया. भूल जा.
हमें उनकी बदतमीजी का जवाब देना ही चाहिए.
आज तो पिताजी की वजह से बच गए वो, अगली बार मैं उनको छोड़ूंगा नहीं।
शेखर एक बदतमीज और घमंडी लड़का है और उसका घमंड रतन तोड़ेगा। रतन, मैंने तय कर लिया कि तुम्हारे लिए विलायती साइकिल लेकर आऊंगा।
लेकिन पिताजी, कोई भी विलायती साइकिल 12 या 15 हजार से कम में नहीं आती है।
कोई बात नहीं, एक एक पैसा जोड़ूंगा, उधार का बंदोबस्त भी कर लूंगा। ये 1000 रुपए बैंक में जमा करा देना।
जी पिताजी।
और मैं दूबी जगह यहाँ जा रहा हूँ, खाना वहीं खाऊंगा।
जी। संजू, बैंक में पैसे जमा कर दे, डबल रोटी मैं बना देता।
हाँ, बैंक तुम चले जाओ, कल्पना के लिए डबल रोटी मैं बना लेता हूँ। टुन्ना
कर्मचारी मत दिखा।
अरे क्या कर रहे हो तुम? अरे ये मिस्टर वाडिया की गाड़ी है, उनको पता लग गया तो मेरी मुसीबत हो जाएगी।
अरे वाडिया की ऐसी की तैसी।
Never trust her with your car.
अरे क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग?
Also, they just abandoned her.
He's just gonna leave.
Now I like it.
I mean, you can't be that mad. Like, that's...
प्लीज नाराज मत होना, मेरे स्कूल की बस छूट गई है और मुझे सिडनी पहुंच जाना है, और अगर मैं वहां नहीं पहुंची तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा। प्लीज प्लीज मुझे वहां तक।
कहो ना।
थैंक्स।
This was written by a man. This was definitely written by a man.
What a fantasy come true.
मेरा नाम देविका।
Oh no, he's waiting for her. Look at the other girl is here. His face here.
It's like,
He's probably thinking. Oh, he's with another. He's like smiling.
Oh no.
हाय।
Oh, hi.
Hi, he's your
कॉफी
champ.
पिलाने के बारे में कुछ कह रहे थे?
Oh yes, come in.
राम राम छोटे सरकार।
राम पहचान गए?
आपको कौन नहीं पहचानत है? आप तो इस गांव के
कोई नहीं।
Ooh.
बांट लेना।
मेहरबानी।
He wants to impress her, right?
मेहरबानी मेम साहब।
The problem is he's lying so much about himself.
Oh, yeah.
Not gonna last.
Yeah. No, I think we should take a pause. We haven't done it in a while, so we'll take a pause and then, of course, continue. Thoughts so far?
I'm having a lot of fun. I think, yeah, it's not like ever since the new girl came to college, like there's been so much like internal drama, which I think is really exciting. The fight was just nuts. Like, but I'm curious to see now, like, because she, the one we see on screen right now, is definitely into Amir Khan and like seems like more of like a friendship. Like I feel like long run in the movie they're gonna end up together. He's gonna learn that, oh, this person likes the material things and isn't the right person, something along those lines. But I don't know. It's just whatever the story may be. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Luke,
Yeah,
your
no,
thoughts?
I love it too. Yeah, it's great. I am very much rooting for, I forget her name, the girl on the screen.
Yeah.
I want her to get with him in the end, but I think it's going to be a wild ride, a wild road to get there. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of interesting because I think all of us have had those experiences where you think someone's your friend, but then they like you more maybe than you understand, and then maybe years later you're like, oh, or sometimes it takes you, even when you find out, you're like, no, I just see you as a friend. So in his case, when she's being nice to him, he doesn't get that she cares about him, and the brother can totally see that, and he's like, oh, she's just my friend, of course she cares about me, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't see that. And I also kind of like the whole thing with Devika because like right from the beginning you see how she's sort of like the introduction with Shekhar Malhotra, and it's like, oh, J.K. Malhotra, the owner of the steel mill, so you can already see that status is important for her, and those like maybe coming to Queen's College, like that is her mindset. And you kind of see how Amir Khan right away, like when she goes Rajput College, and he's like, no, Xavier's, yes, like he's like, I need to fit in, and I could understand that. Like if you come from nothing, sometimes, I mean, at this point it seems harmless, but it's if things take off, that's a very bad start. Like,
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when that kind of all comes crashing down. She's kind of maybe only interested in him because of the car, and he's just flaunting some money, and that was cool. And then once she realizes he doesn't actually have anything, no matter how cool he is, it might not.
They're in college. They're gonna come of age soon. And I wonder like how all the sports competition stuff plays in, because it doesn't seem like, originally I was thinking, I'm like, oh, he's gonna start training and do the race himself.
Too, but there hasn't been a single training sequence.
Well, right now what we have is, and this is why I think as we see the movie, I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but as you see the movie, you see things unfold. But essentially our protagonist, or like Amir Khan here, he's a gray character, right? Like he's not terrible, but he is like a loser. He lies, he cheats, he has fun. He doesn't take his responsibilities seriously. He doesn't seem to care that, with the whole fight that he's like, oh yeah, go ahead and complain to the principal. And then you have a stark contrast, the foil, who's his brother, like, kind of mature, also cares about him, because you see these little sequences where he doesn't tell on his little brother, that he went cheating. He doesn't tell on him when the whole fight happened. So he's protecting him. And then you see the father, who has like this world of expectations. Like he has a rivalry with the other coach from that Rajput college, and there doesn't seem to be a mother figure. So it's like all his expectations are pinned on Ratan. And Ratan is training, like we do see Ratan training, but there is nothing with Amir Khan. He's like, I don't care. I'm chewing gum. I'm having fun. I want to impress the girls. And at the same time, I love how they capture all these contradictions where these are like, oh, I don't care about these girls. What do you mean? Yeah, they're useless. And at the same time, he's doing all this to woo them, which is so realistic, right? Like people kind of play it off, but in reality, they're like, this is my years-long dream, to have a Queen's college girl. I also love this whole idea of status symbol. Like, I think you can't blame anybody here, because people are way too immature, and they're almost like caught up in this world of status and brand recognition and what their peers are going to think. So even Devika, she looks like she comes from a wealthy, affluent family, because you see her step down. But it's almost like, how can I date someone from model college? That it's not my style. It's not my,
It's weird the way it's set up. It's almost like they're just 4 colleges that are all close to each other. So it almost feels like they're in high school still. Like in terms of like the social dynamic.
Feel like they're in high school. Yeah.
And it's like, you only want to date the cool person, I guess, seems to be the idea. He's pretending to be cool. Will it pay off? Well, I don't know. But to your point, like status is a huge thing. Even like winning is the whole idea of the movie, I guess. And it's like,
the champions or the leaders or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's like the cycle race is that equalizer. That inter-college competition is that one place where these locals who don't have money, it's like, we can prove ourselves with our merit. And that's that great equalizer where all the colleges come together, no matter how much money you have. If you don't win, you're not on top, right? So I kind of like this concept of like how it's in the real world, right? Like you might have class differences, and then there's one thing where maybe a competition or a grant or a scholarship where everybody's almost at the same level. I mean, assuming there's no corruption,
but still those more affluent colleges have more money for better equipment,
resources,
stuff like that. So
and they reflect that, right? Because in the beginning, if you remember with the cycle race, it's like, change the gear, and he's like, they were so neck to neck, and he was almost winning until whatever cycle Shaker had, which probably was premium brand, changed the gear. I mean, obviously he's a hardworking athlete too. Let's not take away from his talent. He's arrogant, he's an asshole, but he's still a good athlete, and he wins. And then the dad comes in going, I'm decided I'm going to get you an imported cycle. So all this while he's probably riding a basic cycle and doing his best. So resource constraints too. I don't know. There's just so many things. If you think about it, it's like could like talk about so many different themes coming through. But I like that. I like that sort of focus, because that is a reality in India and the US. Socioeconomic status and class probably is the biggest divider between who you are. And I guess it starts from all the way from which college you go to or school you go to. So all right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, play.
All right.
Hey, टोकरी मेरी मर्सिडीज तैयार हो गई?
Mercedes.
नहीं सर, हमारी ये गाड़ी चोर ले भागा है। बिल्कुल ऐसी थी। हरे रंग की थी, मारुति जिप्सी थी।
Oh my god, क्या हाल हो गया इस देश का? देविका, वाकई, I hate chores. I simply hate chores. देविका, तुम वाकई कॉफी पीने आई थी या किसी को जलाना था।
Oh.
Ooh.
Cutting right to the issue.
तुम शेखर को जानते हो?
हाँ, और ये भी कि आज उसने तुम्हें सिडनी पॉइंट बुलाया था। कमला, बिमला और रिचा को पटाने में तो बहुत टाइम लग गया, लेकिन ये देविका तो खुद ही पके हुए आम की तरह झोली में आ गिरी।
My foot, एक नंबर का झूठा है वो।
ऐसी हो गई।
Oh.
I don't believe it.
They're all
You
shocked.
pregnant?
अब जब यूं होगा तो वही होगा ना। सुनो, मेरा बिल मेरे अकाउंट में डाल देना।
बेटा, किन्ने दिए?
संजू ने दिए और संजू ने वापस भी लिए।
अबे चल चल दे साले।
ए इडियट, ये पिताजी के मेरे नहीं है, वापस करने उनको।
अबे साले।
तो क्या, चली जाती। मुझे कहाँ से दोस्ती करनी है?
He's
मुझे तो
lying
शेखर से
again.
बदला लेना था, तो ले लिया। टाटा।
Ooh.
I really want this relationship to go well.
Yeah, this one, right?
Oh, you dropped something.
Yeah.
Oh, you dropped something.
Yeah.
This asshole, though, he's gonna
Oh
get it.
no.
He's
like
thinking of
secret
something.
Oh my god.
Oh, so genius.
ले ले यार, मैंने कहा ना मुझे कोई चिट्ठी विट्ठी नहीं चाहिए। पढ़ ले, शायद इसमें कुछ
He wants
खास
it
बात
so
लिखी है। चल चल।
badly.
I love the voice of the girl.
मैं तुम्हारे ही सपने देखती हूँ। आज दिवाली की रात है, चौराहे पे बस्ती के सभी लड़के लड़कियाँ जमा होंगे।
It's a festival of
अगर तुम
lights,
आए
Luke, Diwali.
और अगर तुम्हारे हाथ में लाल गुलाब का फूल हुआ, तो मैं समझूंगी कि तुम भी मुझसे प्यार
Oh.
करती हो। तुम्हारी कल्पना।
इधर, वो
Oh, he
कल्पना
wants
दीदी
to
जा रही
give
है
her
ना,
a letter
उनको ही
too.
चिट्ठी देना और कहना रतन भैया ने दी।
अच्छा।
Oh.
आज दिवाली की रात
तुम
जरूर चौराहे पर आओ।
Oh,
और अगर तुम्हारे हाथ में लाल गुलाब का फूल हुआ,
Oh, so they
तो
want
मैं
to
समझ
do
जाऊंगा
that.
कि तुम भी मुझसे प्यार करती हो। तुम्हारा रतन।
Well, it's
Oh,
kind
he's
of
setting them up.
He's setting them up, but
That's
yeah.
nice.
Okay, I take it back. He's being a nice brother.
But it's still silly because they're just like coming with their red roses.
उसके साथ आएगी, तुझे उससे बात करना है ना? एक संजू, मेरे को किसी से बात नहीं करनी। अरे रुकना यार, बहुत मजा आएगा यार। ए, अंजलि, इधर आओ।
उसे से ना कर देना।
I say come here.
उसको बोलो पतली गली से निकल जाए। ए, पतली गली से निकल जाओ।
सुनती नहीं हो?
Time for a
Whoa.
song.
मेरी बात सुनो देविका, रिचा के साथ मेरा कोई किस्सा नहीं
I
है।
love that he's always in the gym.
दरअसल मैं तो उसे बुद्धू बना रहा हूँ।
कमला और बिमला की तरह
Fooling her.
What? हाँ?
वहाँ एक पीले फूलों वाला पेड़ है।
हाँ, I know.
बस उसके बिल्कुल नीचे 5 बजे मेरा इंतजार करना।
Okay, that's great. So see you there. हाँ? Bye. Let's see. हाँ. 2 पार्टी और क्या? हाँ ठीक है, मैं आता हूँ। ओके।
ये बीच वाला हार है ना सुंदर?
हाँ, बहुत सुंदर है।
4000 का है।
तो क्या हुआ? मैं तुम्हें दिला दूंगा।
Why does he keep doing
इतनी
this
मीठी
to
मीठी
her?
बातें किस लिए?
Yeah.
I know,
इसलिए
right?
कि तुम्हारे गैराज में थापर साहब की गाड़ी तैयार
There
है।
we go.
Oh, they're gonna dump it on him. Oh, boy.
Oh, the rope and 2 buckets. My gosh.
हमें यहाँ खींचकर क्यों लाया है? इसलिए कि इस पेड़ के नीचे मैं अकेला खड़ा रहूंगा तो उल्लू लगूंगा। यानी कि हम 4 लोग खड़े रहेंगे तो 4 उल्लू लगेंगे। तुम जैसा समझो।
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
You got him. Oh, high speed chase. Whoa. Oh, this is like an action movie. Wow.
This is awesome.
You gotta crash into the fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, there we
Not a
go.
high-speed chase if fruits and veggies don't fly everywhere.
ये कहाँ ले मुझे?
ये मेरा घर है।
This dude.
ये तुम्हारा
Yeah,
घर है?
right.
He's like building a foundation.
मैं जरा
of lies.
डैडी से कह के आता हूँ।
But that's
लेकिन सर इंजन जरा नॉकिंग कर रहा है, तो आप कहें तो मैं वापस ले जाऊँ और ठीक करके ले आऊँ उसे।
जो ब्लडी फूल 10 दिन के बाद गाड़ी लेके अभी तक ठीक नहीं हुई है।
Plot is about to get thick.
and he's getting scolded. Yeah, right.
हाँ, क्योंकि मैं पार्टी में देर से आया ना इसलिए। मैं गुस्से में गाड़ी की चाबी भी फेंक कर आ गया। अब तुम्हें टैक्सी में घर छोड़ना पड़ेगा।
Oh sure, नो प्रॉब्लम। जब मैं तुमसे पहली बार मिली थी मैं नहीं जानती थी कि तुम कौन हो, लेकिन जब तुम्हें देखा तो ऐसे लगा जैसे तुम्हारा इंतजार था। मैं सच कह रही हूँ संजय, मुझे पैसे से कोई प्यार नहीं। कल अगर तुम्हारे पास कुछ भी ना हो तो तुम मेरे लिए वही रहोगे जो आज हो। ये है मेरी निशानी। कल शायद तुम मुझे भूल जाओगे, मगर मैं तुम्हें कभी नहीं भूल पाऊंगी।
Oh God! Oh God!
But it's probably a big deal for him.
अबे साले ये नाटक क्या कर रहा है तू?
बस यूं हाथ पकड़ूंगा और आंखों में आंखें डालकर कह दूंगा I love you.
Oh, she thinks it's
अंजलि,
Oh no.
मुझे तुमसे कुछ कहना है।
Oh gosh, this is
खास बात है।
कहो।
Oh no.
समझ में नहीं आता कैसे कहूँ। पता नहीं तुम क्या सोचोगे।
I hate the pretext that
अचानक
people
संजू
put
को
up.
क्या हो गया?
Right.
हंसोगी तो नहीं मुझ पे? बात ये अंजलि की।
अंजलि!
नहीं आज नहीं, कल कहीं अकेले में चलकर बात करेंगे, ओके?
ओके।
He's so sweet. And then to kiss her.
चाहे तुम कुछ
Why?
ना कहो।
He's such a
see?
jerk, honestly.
And the context too, right, with the song?
कल्पना, यहाँ पर एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत मोतियों का हार था।
बिक गया।
He
रामलाल
bought
जी
it.
का बेटा संजय आया था, आज खरीद के ले गया। आपको और कुछ चाहिए?
Gosh, it keeps getting worse and worse.
Oh God.
And he spent, I mean, where did he get that money? Probably used up his dad's money. That's terrible. The one that he was probably saving for the, cycle or whatever. Oh.
The hole that he has dug himself is quite exciting.
Oh, no.
Yep, uh-oh.
That's terrible.
That's
he could pick
so
anything else.
heartbreaking to see.
I know, pick something else. Oh no. He had a real kiss, which was kind of uncommon in the 90s.
Big shift. I thought they would build this up a little bit more. Oh no.
These are his anxieties. I'm going to pause it here because the subtitles are a bit off at this point. I kind of didn't have time to work on it. But yeah, guys, this is going to be our part 1 of Jojita Wahi Sikandar thoughts.
Yeah.
Sushant, we'll go with you and then Luke.
Just a what a ride. I mean, it's really fun, energetic. There's always something interesting going on. Amir Khan's playing like this. He's a kid who's like kind of mean sometimes, kind of nice sometimes, and like I think similar to like Bazigar, I have no idea where this is going. Like from the beginning of the movie, I thought it was one thing. This is completely something else. It's now like a love triangle, pretty much. It seems to be the central thing, and it's just fun. I'm having a fun time, but I have no idea what's to come at all.
Yeah, I agree. At first I thought it was going to be like some sort of like sports competition, we're going to beat you and that. And then it became into like a social relationship kind of dynamic. I'm just like, it keeps building for Khan too. I thought, oh, this is like the extent of his lies and like how he's going to dig himself in a hole. But then it keeps going. It's like, oh no, now I actually live in this castle and all this stuff. So I'm excited. I'm really interested to see what it's going to go crashing down because that's going to be very interesting at the very least.
So. I think I agree with you guys. Like one of the things, like obviously I've seen it a couple of times because, like I said, one of my favorite films. What I love about it is it's sort of like a slice of life, right? So it starts off with like a competition. Everybody is motivated towards it. You have this cast of characters, and what I love about this, I would say right off the bat, is how much role all the supporting cast play. It's not like a hero-driven movie. In the sense, the hero is there, the lead character. You see his evolution, Sanju, right from the beginning. But he's like a rogue, like you said. He's a cheat, he lies, and yet his heart is good. And you can tell, like, you also forgive him. And I think nobody could have done that better than Amir Khan because there's a certain mischievousness along with that good-heartedness, and yet you're like charmed by him, right? Sanju is a perfect character. Is like he's just confused, he's lost, he wants these things, and yet he's arrogant, he can also get angry, so many flaws, and yet you're rooting for him. And at the same time, it's like, yeah, it starts off with a sports competition, and I think when you guys see the full film, you're gonna see how I feel like the story, the plot is so well done because it kind of comes full circle. So I think you will see the whole arc of this film. But like I was saying, the supporting cast, the dad, he has a role, and it's like you see him, how much expectations he has from his older son, and then the kind of disappointment he's going through and struggling with being a single father with his younger boy. You obviously see a bit of that Archie comics, Betty Veronica, whatever. Like, I think that's pretty big in India, the whole Archie world. And so you have like, the love triangle. You have the one girl who's like the childhood friend who loves him forever, is always there for him, but never seems to get her time of day, and is always taken advantage of. And then you've got the new girl who comes in the block, rich, beautiful, from Queen's College, desirable.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, you have these other layers of this whole rivalry with the Rajput gang and Shekhar Malhotra. So I think I love Deepak Tijori, obviously, from this performance, and I think it's very difficult to make an antagonist stand out. Like, you can get into a very caricaturish zone, and I think most films, because they're musicals, they are a little bit exaggerated, and yet it feels very rooted, which is a difficult thing to match. Like, in many sequences, it feels like people could behave this way, and you're like, wow, you have a bit of realism, which was a bit fresh for, I would say, Hindi cinema, because everything was a little over the top, even to date. I mean, the commercial movies. But yeah, I think the script allows the minor characters, the supporting characters, to shine. Everybody, including the love interest of the older brother.
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite part, almost.
100%. Yeah, that's such a nice.
And it's like she has her own identity. Like, she's not a big person, but you're still like, you imagine, oh, she must have a life. She has a home. She seems to be the studious one. She and him have like this respectful, quiet, dignified relationship. And they bring them in, so it doesn't feel like anybody's just there for the hell of it. Everybody has a little part to contribute. The coach, even the coach of the other team, with his like menacing, like, hey, Punchy, and whatever his sly digs.
He's just there to be rude.
Even like, I love when his like close friend with the glasses like switches up his voice when he's like trying to be respectful.
Like, oh, Lord,
sir, oh my Lord, yeah. Just like everyone's got their part, like you said. I think that's a good point. Even like the bad guys from the rival school, they're also all very distinct. Yeah,
I know, and they've got those 4 friends who are always with him like a pack of hyenas, and each one of them kind of like, they all look like, I don't know who did the casting, but this is the interesting thing that I have read about the thing. And if we could ever get the BTS, we'll see if that happens, guys. But if we could get the BTS, this movie has gone through multiple cast changes. So it was shot and reshot many times with different actors. Like, some of the core actors, like Amir Khan, stayed the same, but a lot of the cast that we see now, like Shekhar and all, so Deepak Tijori came in much later in the film, and 2-3 other actors had completed an entire, almost half the film was complete, and then Deepak Tijori came in and had to reshoot a lot of the scenes.
Interesting.
So yeah. So, but it doesn't seem like that. When you see them, you're like, oh, this must have been the first choice. But I find like whoever did the casting, and I think it's probably Mansoor, played a big role, the director and the writer. Even if you look at the friends are so well cast. They look like they would be a bunch of guys who are like, we like play hard, fight hard. Yeah, we're all rich.
Yeah, you got the one chubbier kid, and then the goofy one.
And then the misfits kind of look like the misfits. They're like, they don't look the best, and yet they all have like, you've got that chubby kid with glasses, but he's got a lot of spunk and personality. And you get the one guy who's silent and quiet, but kind of goes along for the ride. And then, of course, Sanju, the mastermind of this little, group of 3. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I just think that the casting, the script, every level, and then we'll see how this journey goes. But clearly a little bit of foreboding for Sanju, because I don't think he's going down the best path. But here's the question I have to ask you, and I think we can revisit that in part 2 once we see more.
Sure.
Do you feel like the girl in this case, the Devika, do you think she's a villainess, for like, because she's lying, of course. We know from her private conversations that she cares about the fact that she's got class and status. And here's the interesting thing: she looks like she's rich too, because right in the beginning she comes out of like this fancy car, looking, well off and affluent. So do you think that who is in the wrong here? Because I think we will revisit this question. Is it Sanju, or is it Devika? Are they both equally guilty? Like, how do you feel about the fact of this romance?
I think they're both equally pretty guilty. They're kind of lying to each other a little bit. I mean, he's lying a bit more, but
yeah, I mean, obviously, I think there's an element of like, we've seen status be such a big thing where like obviously she's wealthy, so I think she'd be presented in that light as the film goes on potentially. But I think, as you said, like Amir Khan's playing kind of a gray character as well. Like he's not. I like it's not that he can come out of this being like the innocent hero. He's also made some mistakes already. So she might be more in the wrong eventually. At this point, I don't think so. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
Here's what I think. Like, she lied, of course, like being like, of course, Sanju, even if you had no money, I would be with you. And for him, that was a big thing, right? Because all the lies he's making up is because he's ashamed of where he comes from and he's embarrassed of his status. So he's somewhat trying to protect himself. Nonetheless, doesn't excuse the fact that he's lying. He could be like his brother, where he's like, yeah. And I mean, his brother, you feel the most sympathy for, because he's like that waiter. People are treating him left, right, and center. He's like the champion of his school, and yet people are looking down on him, and yet he kind of keeps his head high and keeps doing his thing, and he's like, let's not escalate it. He's sort of the voice of reason. Violence is not. But Sanju takes the opposite thing, where he's like, I'm embarrassed of who I am, yet I try to play it off like I don't care about what other people think, but he cares very deeply. He's made up this whole thing. But yeah, with Devika, I kind of think like, yes, she's someone who cares about status. She is superficial. But it's not like she needs money. It's just that she wants to be associated with people that make her look good, right? Maybe she's like, I'm rich and I want to find someone richer. Like, who knows? We don't get much of her backstory. But I feel like if she was with someone like Shekhar, she might have told him the same thing too. Like, yeah, of course, if you lose all your money, I'll still be with you. And then I don't know if Shekhar would have minded. Like, he would have been like, fine, that you're beautiful, I'm rich, this is fine. And there are people who probably marry making all sorts of promises, and then later down the road, when things don't pan out, they leave you, right? So I don't know. It's a tough thing, because I do feel she's also a great character. Like, I don't think she is right or wrong. And I mean, obviously, yeah. But I do feel like we might have to revisit that question when his, castle literally of lies gets toppled. I love though how opportunistic he is. He like sees the father and he's getting shouted at. Oh, he's mad because I'm late to the party.
Right.
That was great.
A couple of quick facts via IMDb, so we can trust as much as we can, I guess. There's a few things. First off, to the casting thing you were talking about, apparently Akshay Kumar auditioned for Deepak Tijori's role.
Which would have been a big superstar.
He's a big superstar in India as well. There is a Hollywood film. Is this a Hollywood film? Yes. Called Breaking Away in 1979 that seems to have inspired this, where a working class Indiana teen obsessed with Italian cycling team vies for the affections of a college girl while searching for life goals with his friends. So
that seems pretty cutting it close. Yeah.
Seems like there's some inspiration. Finally, though, so Saroj Khan was the
original choreographer. Yeah.
Original choreographer, but due to some issues, she couldn't show up for Pehla Nasha, the previous song that we just saw.
Yeah.
And that's where apparently Farah Khan, who was the assistant director, stepped in, and that was the beginning of her choreography career.
Discovery.
That seems like a huge. I mean, it's possible. Also, there's so many people with the last name Khan on this set, from the director to the actor, that I don't know who's related to who at this point. But yeah, no, I mean, she definitely. Oh yes, even on Wikipedia, the choreographer walked out of the film, so she hopped in and took over, which is amazing.
Yeah. So like, she was the assistant choreographer, Farah Khan, and she hadn't gotten her big break because she was just a teenager herself, like really young, or like just in her early 19 or 20. And then the Saroj Khan, who's the main choreographer, not related, by the way, those two, just last name Khan is similar. Yeah, there are a lot of Khans in this. And so she missed her flight or got delayed because of another shoot, and then it's like, how do we shoot Pehlana Shah, and she just takes over.
Yes.
And that becomes her, like, and she wins some award for it too. Like, talk about smack in the face.
Right. The director Mansoor Khan is the cousin of the lead Amir Khan.
Yeah.
So they are cousins. And based on his filmography, he's directed 4 movies, 3 of which have been considered, at least on Wikipedia, listed as unofficial remakes of Breaking Away, the film I just talked about, Kramer versus Kramer, and West Side Story. So he definitely is into
West
the idea.
West Side Story?
That was his
Hollywood
2000 movie called Josh. Yeah, so the idea of like being inspired by, Hollywood, especially early-ish on, like in the 90s onwards, is pretty interesting too. Yeah.
What I find though that I love about Mansoor Khan is that even if this is inspired, when and which wouldn't surprise me, but I feel like. And it would be interesting, guys, maybe we could check out the original now, because I love this movie a lot. So I'm now curious to see, I hope it doesn't ruin it for me, to see how much of it is inspired. But I still believe that the emotions so far are pretty Indian, like, or at least very relatable. You know what I mean? So
100%. It has its own like energy. The setting is very specific. I'm sure the love part of this is heightened to the Bollywood level that you would expect.
Of course.
So I don't doubt that at all. Like, inspired by doesn't necessarily mean that he just made the same movie.
No, I'm pretty sure, and he seems like a very clever guy. So yeah. All right, guys. This was our long discussion and reaction to part 1 of Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar. He who wins is the victor. Let's see who wins in the end and who becomes victorious, and what happens to Sanju, what happens to his gang of friends, and Shekhar Malhotra. We're keeping an eye out. So we'll be back with this. And guys, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Follow Sushant, Luke, myself. Social media links in the description. Let us know if there's any other film of Amir Khan, somebody else that you want us to check out. Retro Jam, something that's your favorite. Let us know. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.